Okay, hello and welcome to C4. We're here in Shanghai, China, for round 3 of the C4 Championship. At the moment, that it's led by the Mercedes driver of Hayward. I'm not actually sure how quickly people are going to come out, because let's be honest, the real strategy here, there's a couple of options really. Best is medium soft, if you can get into the top 10 or just outside the top 10 even in qualifying. You've also got the two stoppers, soft, medium, medium, as well as soft, hard. Quite a difficult one to pull off. You can also, if outside the top 10, attempt the opposite strategy of hard, soft, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend that one. So, although one of the drivers in C3 managed to pull off a 5th place with that strategy from the back, so you never know. Hayward's still in the pits. I'm not sure how many of these soft runs will actually be complete. Racing Point here out on softs at the beginning here, but yeah. I think some people will want to just maybe include the Racing Point there, or even Ticked, or whoever might decide to do a soft lap instead and just get further up the grid. Take the pain in the race and try to make something of it. If you're quick enough, it could still work out. So yeah, the first to start a lap here is Ticked in the Alpha, so we'll see. We've got people slowing down to start their laps further back. Ticked coming through that first sequence of corners. There's loads of different lines you can take through there, but we'll see exactly how Ticked gets on with his first soft run. Keeps it relatively close to the curb. You just got to maximise your exits here. You can lose a lot of time, particularly in the middle. Oversteer, understeer, all easy to get, to be honest. And running wide out of here, that'll lose quite a lot of time, especially with the long straight coming up. We'll stick on board for the rest of this lap and see how well he can do. He breaks just after the 100 metre board. Gets turning right tight on the apex. Running for the final corner. You can he's pitting. Ticked pits in. Not setting a lap on the soft. Let's see if DNX will do the same in his Haas. He is rounding the final corner. DRS open, he's not slowing down either. It's a 132.1. Golden his teammate put in a 132.1 as well, but on the medium. Flying Boy Val flying on the soft with a 130.7 composite. A 130.1. Let's see as the times rattle in. Always Rick, he's on a medium lap here. Dolphy Man on a medium lap at the end of the lap, so we'll see how this plays out for him. Onto the final straight, and it's 131.8. Decent lap for him. Get himself into 5th at the moment. Always Rick on the fast lap. here, getting through. He touches the grass, that's going to send him out wide, and that will cost him a lot of time that you cannot afford on the mediums. Dragos, he's on softs, doesn't look quite, that might be an outlap there. We've got Miguel, he's coming through to finish a medium lap too, and a slow one compared to, well no, most in front of him with softs is the third quickest on the mediums. Giraffe on the mediums, 133.1, yeah. So we'll always Rick now, he's going to try and see what he can do with the mediums. Just about keeps that on the track. It's a 132.6 again. A few people doing mediums. We're on board with Dragos. So just for championships stuff, Backer and Flying Boy Val are 8 points behind Hayward, who's got 33 points, and Brandon's 1 point behind them on 24. Giraffe 19, the same as Ticked, and Miguel is in 7th with 13 for the Williams, and it's Mercedes leading the constructors at the moment as well. So that's going through quite a lot of that information. Sam, he's going to start no, he's just finished the Flyers, went up to 7th. Oh, and Backer, oh, he's invalidated. Oh right, he's on an outlap, that's why. In the chat again we have supporters for Miguel, who's had a decent run in the race, in the 2 races we've had so far in C4. So hopefully for him he will continue with that. Your Backer's actually invalidated as fast lap. Let's see if we find someone. Always Rick, he's pitted at the end of this lap. Sam possibly on an in-lap. Dragos, he's done a soft lap, which we were on board for, the 131.7. That will be Dragos coming into the pits, I imagine. Yes, it is. Sam, he's judging by that, this is an in-lap 2. Oh, he's on an out-lap, so we might come back to that when we can. Hayward, there we've got his sector time at least, there we go. That fixed itself, which is nice. Where can Hayward put this? The championship leader, he's doing what I would believe is the optimum strategy, which is the medium hard, or at least that's his intention. Coming through, it's quite a difficult corner to get absolutely right. A lot of time can be lost in that position. Hayward, I believe, might have lost a few tenths actually through there, so let's see. Sticking on board up this straight, Super Bounty put in a lap time of 131.1 on softs, so he's made the most of it. Let's go to best, because that actually helps us see what they're on there now. Hayward actually pitting after the lap on the mediums, so he's not doing that as a medium run, because Brandon, they're still out. Yeah, I must say, what a time from the Force, almost said Force India, that's been a few years. The Racing Point, Heinz is in 131.3 on the mediums. Let's see. Got Cassell, he's on the mediums. Let's see the time he can put in later on. Young and Robs there put quite fast times in on the softs too. I believe this is actually possibly Rob's second goal, bettering that time. Young's on an outlap. Everyone that hasn't set a time is set to go mediums. Some of the guys that went mediums that are outside the top 10 have it look like they're going to attempt to do softs instead. I'll say this right now, that is looking very good for the Racing Point driver of Ainz. Rob's, let's see what time he can do. We've got Young, he's only a tenth behind, and he's starting his flyer. Not really the best exits. I don't think. It's slow now, and Robs is pitting. So Brandon Cassell is the one to watch here. He's kept it clean, nose clean throughout the rest of that lap. So let's see what his time will be. Get the final corner correct, gets it well done right on the curb at the exit, keeps a short run to the line. It may have actually gotten the glass, it only puts him in 15th. Brandon, he's got Lord in front of him, maybe a bit distracted. Kind of moved over on him after he let him through. Maybe as a way to say, nah, that wasn't good, pal. Would need to see images before it before I could really make any assumption on what happened there, but from where we did see it, he did get out of the way, so we'll see on that. Brandon coming through. Let's see, it's probably not going to be a great time. He's coming into the pits. Is he going to try and do another medium run, or is he going to do a soft backer? He's in the same predicament. Hayward, championship leader, yeah, it's at a tie. I think Young didn't finish his lap. I'm trying to, in lap for Golden, but he's improved his time after slamming on the softs. He's now in 5th. Again, we'll move to fastest Ainz there. He's in 8th. That's actually really good for him. Doppyman's still in the top 10. Dragos. He's going to try and improve his time from his soft run. It could be a bit difficult, really. Especially Nat. Running wide. Has Hayward invalidated his... Oh no, that's not good for Hayward or the other Mercedes. It's not going too well for them in this qualifying session. Hayward seems to have invalidated his run. Miguel, the mediums didn't work out for him, so now he's doing a lap on the softs. The two Alpha Tauris completely messed that up. Are out as well, not both on soft backers, still on mediums. Always Rick has decided to go on the softs and see what he can do with that. Lock up into the final corner, but he makes the turn. Let's see what the time is. It's only 13th fastest for Miguel. I don't know if he'll have enough time. You don't want to be doing 2 laps on those mediums. Oh, backers round on the mediums. Always Rick isn't, and he's going to set a time. Let's see what he gets. This is going to be fast. He puts him on pole, 1:30.3. Much better than where he would have been, to be sure. Rob's out again as well. Few guys coming out for final runs on softs. Okay, we'll see what happens there. Dragos, yeah, he was going to find it difficult to better his time on on the softs with the mediums. The mediums are much lower in qualifying, although much better in terms of strategy. So it's a gamble. A gamble that the top 8 now haven't went for, and it could end up being that Ends is not going to set his time on the mediums as he's out with another set of softs. So we'll see what happens there. Doffy Man, he's out on softs. Sam, not entirely sure he's going to have enough time to set another lap. Oh no, he's on an out lap actually. So as long as he's not got damage from his off-track exertion there, he should be fine. Composite's gonna be out of time and out of luck. He's in 11th. Let's see, we're on board with things. No time for anybody to do a proper... It's in the pits now to do another lap, so those guys are done. DRS enabled up at 200 plus miles an hour. Braking zone the 100, just before the 100 meter mark for the Racing Point driver, and makes the hairpin nicely and bangs it straight into the pits. He overshoots it. There's no gravel trap there like there used to be. And so it's fine. 9th place on the mediums. Let's see if he can hold on. Dolphy Man, he's in sector 2 right now. New driver here, the Hash driver here, he is doing a medium run right at the end. So did he let off on his soft run? He may have. Let's hope for his sake he'll be quick enough. Let's get on board with Brandon though. On the softs, he's had no choice. Same with Hayward. No choice now but to risk it on the softs. Hines is going to obviously be stuck in that position. Always Rick doesn't need to do another lap. Rubs has invalidated. Young hasn't. Lord's just started. So let's get back on board with the Mercedes. Brandon, fast driver in his own right, so let's see. I think it goes wide at the hairpin. Let's see the time that he can get. I suspect this will be a good one. And it is. It puts him into 4th place. Nicely done. Doffy Man also put it up into pole with a 130 flat, and that's qualifying done. But who's still out there on a lap? He's actually looking like slower. Look, he's only just quicker. Flying Boy Val's behind. Let's see what's... Well, it's Hayward really. Hayward's the one I want to keep an eye on. He's championship leader and he's purple through the second sector. Yeah, he just needs to get a lap on the board. That is all. Always Rick, he's in 2nd, done finished his lap. Young 3rd. Flying Boy Val jumps Brandon. Keeping an eye on the other guys finishing. Golden into 5th. Brandon said Lore's actually 8th. I think this is the last lap. Lore puts on a cracking time to get 3rd, and it's 2nd place for Hayward. Less than, is that like 0.02 of a second off of Doffy Man in pole. I just, those who may be upset that I stuck on board with Hayward, he is the championship leader, and that's why I decided to do that. Yep, Brandon's on a slow, so that's not going to happen. Backer on pole tonight as he slams in another lap that I missed. That is my bad with that one. Thought everyone had done, but clearly not. Backer on pole again, 0.02 of a second. Very close between the top 3. The last of the medium runners is down in 13th because so many people have decided to have a go on the softs. We'll see what happens. It's not the easiest track to start on softs, with the tyre, not so much tyre wear, but the tyre temps causing the tyre wear, meaning the softs just do not last long at all. So qualifying sets the grid, but anything can happen in this upcoming race with strategies and hopefully some fantastic close racing, which we will see in a couple of minutes time with the lights out at the Chinese Grand Prix for the C4 drivers. Shouldn't be too long. We've got Backer in pole, then Doppyman, Hayward in third, Always Rick fourth, Law in fifth, Byung in sixth, Rubs seventh, Golden eighth, Boy Val ninth, Brandon 10th. All have to start on those softs. Giraffe, Super Bounty, Ainz, Dragos, then Composite, Sam, Cassell, Magellan 18th, Ticket 19th, and the Haas in 20th. They can pick whatever strategy they want at this point. And that's actually very good, especially for the ones at the front of the back 10, if you know what I mean. So we will see exactly how well this plays out. Octavio in the chat, another fan of Miguel, as we wait for those drivers to pick what they want to do in terms of fuel, in terms of tyre strategies, 2 stop, 1 stop, what tyres to start on from outside the top 10. Let's see what the drivers have chosen. There we go. Unsurprisingly, Team CDR. Fair enough. So unsurprisingly, everyone in the top 10 is on their softs. Almost everyone outside the top 10 is on mediums, except from the 2 Alfa Romeos of Cassell and Ticket, who have chosen to start on hards. Now that could be hard to medium or hard to soft. I would respectfully say that the hard to medium would probably be better, but you never know, they might be able to pull the hard soft off. I will say something, Octavio, 18th to 1st would be amazing if we see that. So yeah, we got 2 stops, 1 stops ideas here. Outside the top 10, it's definitely the 1 stop for the ones on the mediums, unless something goes horribly wrong. It's definitely a 1 stop for the ones that are starting on hards as well. But which 1 stop? That's the question. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Anybody that starts right on the edge of the top 10, puts on those mediums, they're in a very good position, in my opinion. Super Bounty, Ainz, and Dragos. Well, any of these guys could do quite a good job here. There we go, we're getting another look. It's definitely a 1 stop. Cassell, he changed that, but then that's weird. The game didn't change that, so we don't know what he's doing, and we don't know what Ticket is doing either. So we'll see exactly what they've worked out in their practice together that they were doing moments before the race. We did try to get a good angle for the stall. Lovely. We got a good angle for the start already, as the cars at the back are coming round. Full grid of 20. Backer on the pole position. Doppyman got himself the second, Hayward in third, championship leader. Let's see how this goes. Lights off. And it's a jump start for the Haas at the back, but we are away at the front. Quietly. Oh god, big crash, 3 cars out. Well, maybe not cars out. Who was it? It was Beyond. Massive crash, safety car out straight away, and it's Cassell on the hards and Rubs on the softs. And a lot of sorting out positions are needed because the safety car came out so quickly with that absolute carnage that happened. Beyond at the back, not sure what exactly caused it. Brandon in 17th, so he's been badly affected by that as well. Miguel, yeah, he's still there. Ticket, he's managed to gain a lot of possessions actually. Let's have a look at penalties, see if that gives us anything. That sort of jumps to start the drive through. Super Bounty's got a 5-second penalty, and so does Always Wreck. Brandon and Young at the back also got 5-second penalties, and Sam's got 10 seconds. Let's have a look at the race director and see exactly where that came from. Rubs DNF warnings for. There's been a lot of touching behind the safety car as well, by the looks of it. As well, severe collision there with Cassell. That's on Sam. Rubs with Brandon. Always Wreck with Hayward. Oh my gosh, it was absolute carnage. Let's see. That's Sam in the pits, Brandon in the pits, Beyond in the pits. Oh my god, Golden in the pits. The Haas obviously in the pits. Doppyman in the pits. Miguel is then up to 11th. I don't. Oh, some of this isn't quite correct. Okay, right. Well, this will sort itself out. Okay. Yeah. I am. Yeah, completely gutted for you, Cassell. We actually caught it on stream because I actually got a very good shot of the start. It's actually quite difficult sometimes to do that. So yeah, that was absolute carnage. Basically what it seems from about, I'm not even sure, but wasn't even too far down the field, and that it's just coming together. I think before turn 1. Let's just see. Sainz has actually managed to get himself up to 5th. I imagine that a lot of the guys that start, let's get pit stops up, in fact, because I've missed some stuff trying to work it out. Yes, so we've got quite a lot of the guys at the front that started on soft have pitted onto his 2-stopper. Speculation here, but that really didn't work in C3, pitting onto a 2-stopper. Golden's went onto the hards. It's still a 2-stopper. It didn't really work. So we'll see exactly how that plans out. Lore, Always Rick and Backer. The Backer brothers. They've stayed out. But Always Rick does have the 5-second penalty as well. So there we go. Anything can happen, and that is why starting on those mediums is a big advantage. So we've already got Heinz into 5th, Giraffe into 4th. They are in the driving seat at the moment. Basically, they're at the front. They have only got one stop to make now, so do the ones at the back, but now they are behind, they have lost track position, so they need to get the overtakes done. So this race, early safety car, it's a real shame. I hate seeing incidents like that, but it could lead into a very interesting race. Unfortunately not for Rubbs or Cassell. So yeah, I think it's still best to ask the people that were in the race, as F1 lovers saying in the chat, asking Cassell what actually happened. We only caught the glimpse of it in the midfield. Again, not quite sure how it started or how it ended up the way it did. Considering that some of them were further down the grid than where the incident seemed to have taken place, unless there was more than one incident. But yes, safety car in, the two AlphaTauris are leading. Let's see how Bakker deals with this restart. We'll be going on to lap 4. They're still in softs. They may be able to drag those softs a little longer, might make it a bit easier on the hards towards the end. They've also allowed the temperatures, or should have allowed the temperatures, to cool down. Lower than that back as well. They're a bit close to the safety car, so Bakker might want to back off. I reckon that Giraffe has a very good chance with the mediums too, Ainz and Super Bounty as well, but Super Bounty with a penalty. Ticked, he's still in there, but off we go. It's who gets the better restart. Super Bounty seems to have got a launch. There's that bump. It's Lore's get past both guys. No, Lore was ahead, so it's Super Bounty's just got ahead of Ainz. Ticked, I think there was a bit of touch there, but nothing bad. It was Super Bounty getting in front of Ainz. That we saw. He got the good launch off of the restart, and we have actually now got a race on our hands. We barely made it to turn 1. Last time Miguel is slow. He's not got wing damage. He's just slow and lost quite a few places. Second, actually we've got Ainz, Super Bounty still very close. It's predicted the source guys, they're actually pulling a little bit of a gap, but it's not big. Super Bounty deep, and it still makes a corner very nicely. Lord particularly isn't pulling away. The two Alphas, they are the AlphaTauris. Let's see, can Ainz size up Super Bounty? Not quite. Super Bounty actually tries to size up the Red Bull. Actually, close, but it's not enough room to make it round the outside. Bakker fastest lap, as this is the first completed lap without a safety car. Dragos, he's still in the back of Ticket. Maybe that hard strategy might work out for Ticket as well. It's still Giraffe, in my opinion, in the driving seat. It's all really close, so we'll try and pick up on anything that's happened. Once that DRS comes in, it's going to be difficult. Yeah, the Red Bull here, he's doing an excellent job keeping up just outside the DRS now of Lar. But the gaps aren't massive. Bakker almost loses the back end, as we've seen there. Actually, Giraffe actually very close to Lure now, as well as Always Wreck. Those softs already starting to say no thank you. Although Giraffe didn't get the best run out of that corner before this long straight either, so that might cripple some chances of him getting through. Golden's round at that same corner. And the two Hasses are not having the best day of it so far. Yeah, all that practice for the race to be over before turn 1 essentially, because I am gutted for you. But at least you can sit here and enjoy the race, I guess. Yeah, the Haas boys. No, well, let's watch as Dragos tries to make an unorthodox move. Composite sitting right behind us, waiting, although saying that, so are a lot of people just sitting behind. Can't get through. Back are starting to actually make a gap. It won't be long till these soft runners have to come in. Let's see. Will the Red Bull be close enough when it gets to the straight? These off-boards, you can barely hear the engines. It's like F1 doesn't have engines you can actually hear. No avenging necessary. That's because I want to do a good job there. Dragos, he's off. I've seen that in the background. You know what? Surprisingly, that corner of going onto the straight has really been the killer. Golden's going to get past here, but the new driver, Scottish guy from the flag, I thought that Backer had got a penalty, but no, he's pitting. Told you that to come in soon. Trapp really wants to make the move, and the safety cars kept the whole field other than a few bunched up, so Backer's going to fall nearly to the back. As we watch Trapp just getting that better run, will he be close enough for a look? Not quite. Oh, he really almost put himself into a spin there, so thankfully he didn't, and he's catched it. The dirty air really affecting in this second sector as usual. And again, you're right, he is using far too much ERS. Really for me, it was to use the ERS solely on this main straight and not particularly for the whole straight for that matter. Let's see, got a super rank. He's doing exactly what I was doing, using the overtake till you got the DRS and then getting the DRS. Super bounties on Giraffe as well, so let's see if the move sticks. Giraffe actually goes deep, which pretty much saves the position. That is a... just sneaks through, does Giraffe, and Lord into the pits. Super Bounty having a good race. Shame that he's got that penalty. Ain's right behind as well. There's a few people in the pits. Always Rick went in as well, so Giraffe leads as these three come really close. Was there touching there between Super Bounty and Giraffe? Super Bounty gets round, and Ain's trying the outside line, rather audacious. Doesn't quite come off, but Ticked is right there, right behind this battle for P1. Super Bounty will really want to make the gap now because he's got penalty and the guys in front, behind don't. I think we just about got this settled down a bit, but wait until we get back onto the main straight. It won't be settled down anymore. Super Bounty is starting to make a gap. But it's tiny and they've still got the DRS from behind. Makes a mistake here, the Super Bounty and the Ferrari, so that might give Giraffe a go. Giraffe doesn't get the good exit though, and Ainz does. He's on his back. Don't use too much overtake in the middle of that corner, that could send you around itself. Giraffe has more overtake available by the looks of it, and keeps it going. He did have more overtake, I believe. Flying Boy Val, he's went off track. He's got a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits, but a lot of people went through there. I'm unsure if that would be a fair penalty. Not sure what happened, of course, either. So, still got overtake enabled around the turns 1, 2 and 3. I'm sure Backer, he went on the hard, so he's hoping to go to the end then from when he started, and Backer done a fastest lap. It may work out for him if he can keep that speed up, but the thing that will give the guys starting the mediums the advantage, I would suspect, is the fact that they will be on fresh hards, fresher hards than Backer and Always Rick and Lower for the rest of the race. So we'll see how that pays off. Super Bounty wide again. And Giraffe get the better exit this time, or will he lose it again? What a slingshot that Racing Point gets. But I think it's the move for first that's going to happen. Trying around the outside, but he's not got enough overspeed, and it stays as it is between these three at the front. But Giraffe really looking to make a move. Got to be careful with overshooting that the final corner's exit, because he could end up getting a pen for the track limits. Wanted to kind of stick it in there and see what happens, but didn't quite pay off for him. It's actually Ains that's got the better run here. Let's see. Turns onto the grass a wee bit, not close enough to make the move into turn 4 or 5. Whilst watching the front battle, at the moment we're completely kind of overlooked Miguel, who came from 18th to 7th at the moment. Very good job from him, as the top 6 are in a queue. He were not interested in that queue. Essentially, it's actually worked out not too bad for those that pitted from softs under the full safety car. You, of course, very different from a virtual safety car, as in the pack does get bunched up. Virtual safety car would have kept them apart, which would have lost a lot more time for them. But they are still on the same strategy as those ahead, as Giraffe and Ains go side by side through the final corner. That's going to give Ticked a good run. He's not close enough though, and Giraffe might have a go into turn 1 to get that back that he does. Is there a touchdown? I'm not sure, but Giraffe does get through. Ains on the outside, but that inside, but that turns into the outside, and the Red Bull is through. Weirdly enough, the look from behind is the better one here, as Ains going to have enough room to sneak through on the outside again. Nope. Well, he had enough room, just not enough speed. Actually, he might get it on the inside into here. He does. Very nicely done up the inside into a place where you don't usually see an overtake at all, and Ains in the Racing Point is through. Red Bull makes a mistake, and talk about unorthodox overtakes. Fortunately for Ticked, Giraffe does make it back through, but this is allowing Ains to pull away. Dolphy man behind, just waiting. Let's see. Ains will be happy about how that actually worked out in the end. Give me a bad angle. Switch back for Ticked. Slight touch. Giraffe goes off track after the slight touch, and Ticked takes the position. He gets a 3-second time penalty though, and Hines into the pits on lap 11, at the end of lap 11. Others going longer. Yeah, I just had a little look at Jack. Yeah, it has been great racing so far, minus the first corner. It has been. Doppyman goes for a bit of a lunge, no contact, and was never going to happen. In fact, it gives Hayward a chance, but yeah, there's no way through. The Mercedes have came. Oh, Hayward, be careful! You almost lost it completely. Ticket is now 4 seconds behind Super Bounty. He managed to take advantage of the battling and just has pulled a gap in the lead. Very good for him. Especially since that's exactly what he had to do with the penalty that he's got. I feel bad for the guys at the back. I can't really watch as all this is going on in front. Yep, Hayward just about gets that slowed down in time. Now falling out of the DRS of Ticket, and oh, he's anticipated the Hines pit stop and comes in himself now. I wonder if that if the undercut will work actually. Oh, that's really close between the two Williams drivers. Yeah, dead. Young coming back up after being involved, it seemed, in that first corner incident. The Mercedes as well, they're up in 5th and 4th as well. Doppyman's took a good advantage. Let's have a look. Yeah, Hines has got a massive undercut to Giraffe, who was involved in battling for the lap that Hines got free air. Just keeping an eye on that. Down there, we have a look where Hines is now. He's got Always Rick behind him, and the Red Bull is about 4 seconds behind Always Rick. So remember Lord started on the softs, switched to hards, has just been passed by Hines, who's on fresher hards and is absolutely flying. Oh, Always Rick's trying to sneak it through as well. Remember, he started on softs too, but is now behind Hines. Both of these guys behind Hines. Backer not, so Backer's done better out of that. He's a good way up the field, as yeah, Always Rick gets past before the final corner and takes position from there. Let's see, Dragos, Super Bounty and Miguel. Oh, Miguel almost jumped Super Bounty. Super Bounty, of course, serving as 5 seconds pen, so he won't be able to get that removed even if he wanted to. Someone's round. Is it Super Bounty? Yes, Super Bounty's had an off. Miguel's now right behind him. I wonder what that was about. But we've got Backer now back up to 8th with his soft hard strategy. See, here's going to be a problem. These 5 here, Flying Boy, Val up to Doppyman, all have to pit once more, and the ones behind them on the hards, none of them do. Not a single one of them need to stop again. Ticket, who now leads this race, does need to stop again and is actually now in the same position as those who had started on the softs, essentially. So yeah, again, I think that just shows that the best strategy is certainly the mediums to the hards. But something's going on again. Miguel has lost a lot of time, a lot of possessions. He's stuck in neutral. I hoping that's going to bring out a safety car or a virtual safety car, as I believe Giraffe just got past Pyong. Miguel stuck. Oh, that is gutting. I don't know what's caused that. Yellow flags in sector. Cassell, you stayed in the session for that long, gosh. Yeah, and Miguel's been disqualified for being parked in the location. That is gutting for him, but what it does now do is takes away the overtaking opportunity at the end of the straight. So at least for this lap they can't do it. Yeah, that is a big shame for Miguel. Clearly had an issue with gears, as 12 laps is enough for Hayward to say I'm in. Ticket's still going. Yeah, Miguel's left. I'm sure we'll get an explanation for exactly what happened there, but it looked like he was stuck in neutral somehow. The yellow flags have now gone as Hayward also pits. I would say one thing, very good that he did not retire on track, but it ended up with a forced disqualification. So yeah, let's watch as Documan and Ticked battle over what is at the moment for P1. Backer's probably the only real exception to the rule that I've been mentioning. He's started on softs, and those are the hards that he put on at his planned pit stop. So we'll see. Doffyman's closing in on Ticked. He won't be close enough. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. But if he can stay that close or closer throughout the rest of the lap, he definitely have a chance later. Let's go to Hayward. He's got fresh mediums, so he's about to scream past Lower on the straight. DRS to help him pull away even more. Giraffe, he's closed down the gap now to Always Wreck. Runs it wide though. Ends up to 5th as Ticked and Doffyman both pit in the same lap. Ticked onto the mediums. Doffyman comes out, but right in the middle of the battle. Working out for Hayward quite well. Brandon and Flying Boy Val, they're still out, but they will have to come in. Golden, he still has to pit. Yeah, does he? Wait a minute. He started on softs but moved to the hards rather than the mediums like other people did. He might try and drag these to the end, but Ines will catch him, I'm pretty sure of that. That softs on at the end, switch up the strategy a bit. They did break up a little bit, but here we go. It's Ticket, Giraffe and Always Wreck. Safety car has, in my opinion, with it being a full safety car, has helped those who made the pit stop under that safety car. Giraffe, and bad exit, or bad through the corner, not too bad on the exit, but Ticket gets a good exit too. Both using overtake, both using DRS, but Ticket just quicker on the straight. Gets through on Giraffe. Remember, Ticket on the mediums now after starting on the hards. That strategy is basically the reverse of the strategy that I mentioned, so it's just as good really. Just slower at the beginning. Oh, and Hayward's came flying up. I didn't actually see him. Ooh. Giraffe does nudge Hayward just tiny bit. Doesn't take the place, and Hayward manages to hold it round side by side as the Williams and the McLaren. Let's see who wins this one out. So far the Williams is ahead. He was ahead. Oh, loses the back end a bit, does Byung, and that helps Doppyman secure that position. As it all starts to get very tight again. Ticket on the faster of the tyres now. Always wreck. He's going to start. He's going to struggle, I think, to keep Ticket behind. He gets a better exit though out of that corner, so Ticket will be too far away. It's actually Hayward on the mediums. He's the one having a go. Just a lap's difference. Ticket switch sides. Almost gets a double overtake actually. Wow. But Ticket keeps the position and is back on Always Rick. Always Rick goes wide in the corner and Ticket gets through. That was a bad mistake there for Always Rick. Don't know if he was actually just trying to give the space. You don't really need to in that corner. Oh, and Giraffe was there too. Hayward maybe not noticing. Brandon here as well. That's helping Doppyman and Lord and Byung catch up too. Let's see what happens into this corner. Oh, deep is Brandon, but he manages to slow it. He gets a 3-second time penalty for slightly cutting the corner. The Red Bull still on the back of Hayward. Oh, Dragos. He's off. He's backwards. Allows Composite to go through. Let's just have a look if I've missed something. Just been told in the chat that one of the Mercs has wing damage. I don't. I've gone so quickly here. Let's have a look. Yeah, actually a little bit of wing damage. That's Hayward. There was a yellow flag at the back, but I don't really see what it was. Jeff goes wide again at that corner, but it's Hayward. Once again, want to have a look. Actually, no, I don't think they have. And both the Mercs have a go. Always Rick stays up front. Giraffe, he's on the outside. He's not going to be able to keep that possession there, is he? Not quite. In fact, they're still side by side. And Hayward, he's trying to stick on this. And it's now his teammate behind Brandon that is coming up. I'm watching the gaps as at the front as they battle down. Hayward running wide at that corner. That might give the Red Bull behind another chance. Doppyman right back in this. I think it was lower that might have went off in the back earlier because he's lost a bit of time there. And Hayward not able to go and Always Right. Brandon just about keeping the position as well, and we're still as it is going into lap 21 for these guys. It's Flying Boy Val will already have started lap 21. The Merc trying the outside line. not going to quite work out for him, and it's actually Brandon behind that's having a look. And outside turning to the inside for Giraffe, not quite. Doppy Man and beyond it is now in this absolutely amazing battle. It's been pretty much going the entire race. But let's, just for a second, Backer's got a 3-second time penalty, so that will not help his cause, as Heinz on the back of Golden now, better, fresher tyres. Let's see how take the position likely in this straight, better exit as well, so he's almost guaranteed to just swoop by. Bye bye Golden, and the overtake engaged, and that's that done. Heinz up to 3rd place, still chasing down Backer. Flying Boy Val surely has to pit soon. And with the 3-second time penalty for Backer, Heinz is in, well, not pole position, that's something completely different, but he is in the driver's seat for this race. Hayward's now got a 3-second time penalty as well, and his teammate behind closes in and decides not to make a lunge. Always Rick keeps that position as well. The Red Bull has fallen slightly off of this, but he's still thereabouts if anything goes awry with these 3 in front. Always Rick is ticketed, he'll be happy, he's got a good gap to Always Rick. He also has the penalty as well. Heinz actually has to work on closing the gap now to Backer. Yeah, I think Doppy Man's the one that's getting closer, but then again, Brandon just makes a mistake, and that just brings, or maybe it's just guys behind, guys in front all getting close, allowing Giraffe to be closer as well. Have to remember, he is on the hards, whilst they are on the mediums. Working out, oh, it's just not working out. The poor Red Bull driver just losing the back end 3 or 4 times through the same corner, and that's going to give Doppy Man the run. As well as the 2 Mercedes, they seem to just swapped places. Brandon in front, can he have a go? Actually, Heinz has really closed down that gap now, by the way, so we'll see about that. Keep an eye on that. He is definitely favourite now, as Backer is also within a second of Flying Boy Val. That is right there on the hard, still chasing down those on mediums. Brandon really want to have a look at Always Rick. He's going to have to stick behind at this point. So, I think you said it a while ago, but already predicting that Heinz will win it. I would, oh my god, Always Rick goes way wide, Brandon goes a little wide as well though, and it's the move before the straight. Let's see, Always Rick's still on the inside though, but loses the back end, and Brandon is through. That's not going to be good for Always Rick though. In fact, he still manages to get a good oh, Flying Boy Val and Backer. Val loses the position and Heinz closes in more, but let's go back to what we were watching, and Always Rick gets the position back from Brandon, and Hayward, his teammate, gets a position back from Brandon as well. So Brandon goes from 6th to 8th, and Doppy Man is right there too. Golden just gets overtaken by Ticket into turn 1. He's been on those hards for a very long time. Obviously he's decided he's not pitting again, and he was going to take them to the end from the safety car period. but he will start to struggle now. But he's got a 6-second gap to Always Rick, who also has a penalty, so that's actually going to work out quite well for Golden if he can keep it all together. Ings, well, he's now coming for the battle for the lead. Flying Boy Val is not pitting, he's taking the mediums to the end. That is some task he left himself. He would have known fine well that wasn't going to give him a win, but because of all the battling that's been going on, it absolutely could give him a possible podium, maybe 4th or 5th. As Ines, with no penalties as well, mind you, it screams past on the straights. Flying Boy Val gets it slowed down, and Ines goes after Backer. To Mercedes and Always Rick, still battling away. Oh, he did miss Doppy Man getting past the Red Bull Giraffe, so that's not great for him. Now down into 10th when he was in a good position to basically be doing what Ines is doing right now. Is doing right now. And remember, he's still only got the Williams behind a Bion. It's not that far, just a second behind. Oh, keep an eye on that gap at the front. Ines doesn't have to risk it. Bakker has a penalty, but you got to make sure he doesn't get a penalty himself. The 2 Mercedes, the McLaren, the AlphaTauri in 6th as well. What a battle we've had all the way through this race. I said to the drivers beforehand to make sure it's not just strategy and incidents that I am commentating on, and they have delivered. Yes, strategy's played a massive part in it. Doppy Man just avoiding the back of Brandon as I say that, but they've still managed to put in the battle, and because of that, Giraffe gets an excellent swoop round that and into the straight, takes back 9th. And the Mercedes swapping positions again, but they're going to be side by side, I think. Nope, Brandon's through. Hayward's looking to get back through. Doppy Man takes the position back. This is getting a bit messy with the Mercedes, as Hayward then takes the place back as Brandon goes deep, and the Red Bull slots in back behind the McLaren. That allows Always Rick to get a tiny bit of a gap, not too much. Lap 26 of 28. We are nearly done here. I could go for quite a number of laps more if it would, but this is coming to an end very soon. Where is it going to plan out? Always Rick's done an excellent job holding that up in 6th. The Mercedes continue battling, but the championship leader Hayward is ahead of his teammate. But this is no team orders game with the Mercedes boys. They are fighting each other hard. Hayward actually makes a relatively big error, allowing Brandon to get back onto the back of him, but it also allows Doppy Man to get back on the back as well. Pyong is actually very close to the Red Bull as well. Do I want to switch? I don't think the gap at the front is close enough for it will make a difference. Super Bounty's off. Collision or not, I'm not sure, but there we go. Ticket gets past Flying Boy Val on those extremely old mediums, really struggling now. The 2 Mercedes switch again, and Giraffe wants to make a move in Doppy Man but isn't quite close. The Williams stays behind as well. The Williams still looking to see, can he claim any points from this race? Okay, Brandon's pulled away a bit, Always Rick has as well. Penultimate lap. But, okay, maybe oh no, that was the gap too, Always Rick, my bad. So yes, so the 2 Mercedes and the McLaren, the Red Bull and the Williams now. Always Rick not too far ahead. Keeping an eye on the gap at the front. It's coming down. It's less than half a second. Or it's now just over half a second. Giraffe pushing Doffy Man through that corner. De Jong is close as well. Oh, we'll go to the front because Ainz is right on the back of Bakker. I wished Bakker didn't have a penalty because this would be a real fight for place. But Ainz is going to finish this race in the lead. On track if he can keep it clean for the one final lap. He's done an absolute corker of a race, has he? But now the Williams looking to steal that final place from the Red Bull. Hayward now has lost possession. No, they did not switch places game. Yeah, Hayward has definitely lost quite a bit of time to his teammate. Let's have a look at the penalties and see the massive difference they could make. Sam too far behind for that to make a difference. Giraffe, he knows he just doesn't need to take a risk with De Jong because he's got a penalty and he doesn't. Flying by Val, he's lost it. Those tyres have given up on him right at the end. And he's lost it into the wall. All three of these have penalties, which means Doffy Man will actually be... he'll be in fifth. He'll finish ahead of the Mercedes guys. And Giraffe, he's not going to be too bad either, but they will continue battling on the track. Keep an eye on Ainz. I want to see him crossing the line. Always, Brandon knows that if he gets past Always Rick, he'll at least have that position over him. Oh god, pulling away from this to watch Ainz crossing the line. And at last, Always Rick gets past fourth as Ainz crosses the line to win the race. Bakker in second. Ticket, how far behind? Just enough that it keeps Ticket in third and Bakker in second. Hayward coming round, the gaps have got bigger. There's a yellow flag somewhere as I think someone's maybe ran out of fuel. Doffy Man finished fifth in the end. Brandon sixth. Always Rick seventh. Giraffe eighth. Hayward ninth. Young 10th. Lore 11th out of fuel. Sam in 12th. Dragos gets Super Bounty and Composite gets them as well on penalties. And the Haas comes to the finish. May have been behind everyone, but he has finished. He'll claim 16th, whilst others haven't managed to make it to the end. But your winner of the race, using, weirdly enough, the same strategy as I did yesterday, in C3, mediums to hard pitting on lap 11, sorry, it's Ainz wins in his Racing Point. Great race. What battles we've seen. Overtakes definitely possible in China and Shanghai. Our winner, well deserved. Ticket, good race as well. He came through to take the third place. It just shows actually, and it's probably even more upsetting for Cassell, really, because the strategy that they were on as a team definitely helped Ticket get into the podium place, and definitely could have helped Cassell do the same, or get further up the grid as well. So it's annoyingly just what happens sometimes at the beginning of a race. But there we go, what a race we have had. We'll run through it again. Ainz wins from 13th on the grid. Bakker in second. Good job actually from starting on softs, but as you can clearly see with the lap times, the quicker strategy was was medium hard, or even hard medium, as you can see from ticket. Golden in 4th, Doppyman 5th, Brandon 6th, Always Rick is in 7th, Giraffe 8th, Hayward 6th, Beyond 10th, claiming that final point. Lower ran out of fuel, I believe, in the final lap in 11th. Sam is 12th, Dragos 13th, Composite 14th, Superbound 8 15th, and the final finisher, the Haas driver here, in 16th. Almost perfect for the session ending. But once again, congratulations to the Racing Point driver Eyes, and congratulations, I guess, for the absolutely fantastic racing we've seen in the midfield for this race. Really enjoyed this one. I hope you did too, and we'll see you next week for Monte Carlo, Monaco, a street circuit. Let's see how these guys can deal with that. See you then.